Hello and welcome in. My name is Mark, aka the Markster in some circles. Today I'm going to make a video to show how to play this game. This is a game called Find the Ships. This is a game that I wrote in HTML, JavaScript, CSS back in 2017. And since I've been making some videos on a software package called FreeCAD, I decided why not make a video to show people how to play Find the Ships. So this is the website. I'll put a link in the description. Get you there. So what is Find the Ships? Well, it's a single player game. It's a cross between Battleship and Mine Sweeper. So if you like Mine Sweeper or Battleship or both, give this game a try. So the goal of the game is to find all the ships. It's played on this 10 by 10 grid, and beneath each of these tiles is either part of a ship or a water tile. You guess what's under the tile. You select the tile and you make a guess by clicking on one of these animated tiles here in the corner. So you click on the animated water to guess that there's water here, or click on the little ship to guess that there's a ship here. So I'm just going to take a wild guess that there's water behind every one of these tiles. And I was right. How did I know that? Well, these numbers here give you clues. So this 0 means there's 0 ship tiles in this column. This 0 means 0 tiles, 0 ship tiles in this row. So we could click all these, or we can just click 0 and it'll click them all for us. So when it's got a question mark, it means this tile, this cell has been selected and it's ready to be guessed. So we can say water there, and we can click this one. These are all water. These are all water, and guess water. So we have 42 correct guesses. When we get to 80 guesses, we get an extra life, as indicated by this little heart symbol. We'll get another little heart right here. Every time you guess wrong, you lose a little heart. You lose your last little heart, you're gone. You've lost. So these are some instructions. Each little tile shows you what happens when you click on it. This happens when you lose a life. You get the skull and crossbones. And these are ship tiles. So down here at the bottom, there's a little tooltip that comes up. This would refresh. It play the same exact game again. The ship's all configured in the same location. This resets and plays a new random game. There's a little power button icon. This, you wave the white flag and you surrender. You give up and it shows you where those ships were hiding. And this wanted poster shows the at-large ships remaining. So let's click that. At large. So we still have one destroyer left. One battleship left. That's the battleship. It has 4 cells. It occupies 4 cells. The largest of the ships in the fleet. We have 2 cruisers, each with 3 cells, 3 ship parts. We have 3 destroyers, each with 2 sails occupied, and 4 of these little patrol boats. These little guys can be the most difficult to find. We can click the at-large again to get us back to the screen. Now there are some rules to how ships can be placed, how they can be oriented. You will never see 2 ships occupying adjacent sails, adjacent tiles. So that means this cannot be a ship tile because it's an adjacent tile. Neither can this, neither can this. So these are all water. And also notice there's one ship tile in this column, and there's already one showing. So we can click here and guess all these are water. Ships can only be oriented vertically or horizontally. They cannot be oriented diagonally. Ships are always oriented like they're moving either to the right or up. So you'll never have the head of a ship facing downwards or facing to the left. These are important clues. So we know that this has to be the ship head to the ship body part. We don't know for sure if this is another body part for this ship. So this could be a cruiser which has 3 sails, or it could be a destroyer which only has 2. We know this must be another ship part. We know this must be another ship part. And we know this must be another ship part. There's our battleship. This has to be water. And in fact, since this column only has 4 occupied sails, we know all of these have to be water. This column only has 1, and it's already 1 showing. So these are all water. This row has 4, so these 2 have to both be ships, and which means these have to be water. Remember, no 2 ships can be close together. They might crash. This has to be water. This row has 2. Only 2 tiles remain. Have to both be ships. This has to be the head of this ship because it cannot be going downwards. Has to be a head of a ship here or another ship part. And that means this has to be water because it's adjacent to this, to both of these. But it's adjacent to this one, so we know it's got to be water. If this one were not here, this could be the body part of this ship, but it's not. So we have 2 ship parts in this row on the bottom, so this has to be water. Let's look at what we have remaining. Ships at large. We've got 2 cruisers, 1 destroyer, 3 patrol boats left. Let's look for the 2 cruisers. Well, this can't be because this row has 3 ship parts and 3 are showing. So the remaining ones have to be water. This column has 6 ship parts. 3 are showing, 3 tiles uncovered. That means these 3 must be a ship. Checking our at-large again. 1 remaining cruiser, 2 remaining patrol boats. Where's the other cruiser? Could be here. That could be it, because you have 4 in this column. Can't be here. Cannot be here, because you've got 2 occupied two sails occupied here. So this cannot all 3 be occupied. You only have 1 in this column, and there's already 1 showing, so this is all water. These 3 cannot be occupied because we already have 2 ship parts showing, and we've only got 3 altogether. So it's got to be here. This has got to be that other body part to this cruiser. Gotta be, unless my logic is flawed. And this has to be water, because 2 are showing and there's only 2, plus we already know where the battleship is. And this has to be water because 2 are already showing and there are 2 in that row. Now we're getting to the point. Okay, both have to be water because there's only 1 in this row. Getting to the point now where we might have to make a guess. We might have to guess. This is a game of guessing too. Logic and some guesswork. So we have, what we have remaining? We have 2 patrol boats. And they could be here. They could be here and here. Or here and here. Can't be here and here because there are only 2 ship parts in this row. So it has to be diagonal. So we're going to make 1 guess on this diagonal. Got that one right. So this has to be the other one. And these are both water. Game over. You won. So that's Find the Ships. We can play the same game again if we wanted to. I'll reset and play a random game in order to keep resetting. Now you'll always have a few sails uncovered to begin the game. And some games you would not have to make any guesses. Some games you do. Some games you could win purely on logic. I'm going to run through these quickly. Let's see. That was all the easy ones. Okay, this has to be a ship. This has to be a ship. There's our battleship. These are all water. So we've got 6 ship parts here. That's 4 plus 1 is 5. So one of these has to be a ship. Don't know which. Okay, here's something. All 5 of these have to be ships. Which means this is water, this is water, this is water. This has 2 ship parts, so this has to be a ship part, which means these have to be water. These have to be water, because there's only 1 on this row. 5 here, these all have to be ships. Tech at large, 1 cruiser, 2 patrol boats. Where can the cruiser be? Well, it can't be here because there are only 2 ship parts in this row. Can't be here because there's only 1. In fact, these are all water. Has to be here somewhere. The only place it can be. And it uses 3 cells. That means this middle one has to be a ship part. Because even if it's all the way to this end, it's going to occupy this one. Even if it's all the way to this end, it's going to occupy this one. So that's got to be a ship part. And now we know the one to the right has to be at least the head of the ship. And now we know this has to be the head. And since we already have a battleship here, this has to be water. And this has to be water because there are only 4 on this row. This has to be a ship because there's 1 in this column. This has to be water. These both have to be water because 2 in each column and already 2 showing. 3 in this column and already 3 showing, so that's water. And this has to be a ship part. It has to be the remaining patrol boat. Yay, you won. So that's Find the Ships. I'll put a link in the description and I'll embed this video into the web page here. Kind of fun little game. This is a game that I found in a magazine called Games World of Puzzles. This magazine here. It's a pencil and paper game. It's very similar to this computerized version. A little bit different, but very similar. If you like puzzle games like this, I recommend you subscribe to this magazine. If you click on here and subscribe, I will make a little bit of money as a commission. So if you decide to get one of these lovely magazines, click on it here and get it, and it'll help me out. But you don't have to, and it's certainly not expected. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.